In the previous slide, we have discussed about why we implement the EPE and the Environmental Performance Evaluation goal. Also, about the ISO 14031 and its objectives and environmental objectives in organizational. In this second part, we are going to explore more about the guidelines in ISO 14031, methods involved in ISO 14031 and perspectives in ISO 14031. An organization can enhance its environmental performance by following the steps outlined in ISO 14031. ISO 14031 is a guideline that enables organizations to measure, evaluate and communicate their environmental performance using key performance indicators and to identify areas for improvement. These guidelines are organized around the Plan, Do, Check, Act, PDCA, cycle, which is intended to improve and develop quantitative environmental data management. Reporting achievements to stakeholders and management team members, as well as evaluating and enhancing the performance management system. Therefore, evaluating environmental performance is an ongoing process that ensures any changes to an organization's activities, products, and services that might affect environmental performance are accounted for in its EMS over time. ISO 14031 follows the Plan, Do, Check and Act cycle, and presents guidelines for establishing environmental performance evaluation across activities, products, and services. It also enables top management to gather information on environmental performance, which is also meaningful and reliable enough to base management decisions upon. For example, during the first phase, one must identify the problem and the root cause of the problem. Once the problem has been identified, then one must plan for corrective action. In the second phase, the corrective action will be executed. While the plan is being carried out, one must collect data for future reference. From the data collected in the Do phase, the next step is to check for results. This phase is also sometimes known as the compare or study phase, that is because expected outcomes are compared with actual results. If the process was successful, then it can move on to the next phase. If the previous steps have successfully solved the problem, then the process can be standardized and fully implemented. This means that this process can be used as a reference to solve similar problems in the future. The cycle should be repeated to promote continuous improvement. Thus, the Plan, Do, Check, Act (PDCA) cycle provides a simple but effective approach for problem solving and managing change, ensuring that ideas are appropriately tested before committing to full implementation. Now, we are already at the last section of this topic, which is perspectives in EPE. The first one is verifiability. In general, very strong evidence is gathered through environmental performance evaluation. Furthermore, as it is based on ISO 14001, recognized certification agencies like NQA virtually always confirm an organization's performance, which gives performance data far more credibility. The next one is clarity. The conversion of data into useful information requires analysis by organizations. This is because environmental performance indicators are quite explicit, so ambiguity is significantly reduced. One could assess fluctuations over the course of a week, for instance, rather than the overall average energy consumption of an organization. Lastly, there is comprehensiveness. Without a doubt, environmental performance indicators improve a company's ability to comprehend the vast range of its environmental performance. As a result, firms may be able to respond to environmental problems before they happen and have more complete understanding of their environmental effects, which may be needed by stakeholders. Now, let's recap the previous information by answering the quizzes. What cycle involve in ISO 14031? The answer is A. Plan Do Check Act. For the next question, perspectives in EPE includes. The answer is C, which is clarity, comprehensiveness, and verifiability. That's all for the second part of EPE. Stay tuned for the next part of the EPE.
Hello everyone, today I would like to share with all of you theoretical background of environmental performance evaluation, sustainable theories. On the screen now is the table of theoretical roots of company environmental performance evaluation. Sustainability is a second root in EPE origin. It consists of theoretical root, example application, and question of company EPE. Theoretical roots for this theory are Brandon report and limit of bird carrying capacity, law of thermodynamics. The applications are zero crew, self-sufficient, sustainable consumption, eco-efficiency, and factor 10. The last one is the question of company EPE. The first one is, does environmental management significantly reduce the pollution caused by company? And the second one is, does the path to sustainability lead through eco-efficiency? In conclusion, environmental performance evaluation acquired its main ideology from sustainability theories. It is also a method that is compatible with the first root. That's all from me. Thank you.
For the regulatory theories, I will talk about the scenario of company of EPE by using these theories. For the theoretical roots, they're using green radicalism, internalizing externalities, and market liberalism by creating the markets. For the application example, which is the first one, prohibition, sanction, the second one, quotas, the third one, environmental taxes, the fourth one, long-term agreement, the last one, the power of the public. For the question of the company in EPE for regulatory theories, the first one, which is which kind of the regulation is most efficient in terms of stimulating enterprises to lessen the environmental burden caused by their activity. The second one, what is the optimal combination of prohibition for tax, voluntary agreements, public cover, etc., which is most efficient regulatory mix.
So next we go on to the characteristic of EPE indicator, right? Today we're going to learn understanding the relationship between different measures of performance, selecting management performance indicator (MPIs), selecting operation performance indicators (OPIs), selecting environment condition indicators (ECIs), and the last one is selecting sectors specific operational performance indicator for comparison. Okay, we go on to the understanding relationship between different measures of performance. So organization find cost effective to select indicator, which is indicator EPE selected for management has information the effect of environmental performance objective to ensure information on different aspects of such an indication can ease to extract and communicate to audience. Number two is selecting management performance indicator, which is MPIs. So MPI should provide information on organization capability and efforts in managing matters, for example training, environment costs, management, etc. Okay, so MPI should assist in evaluating management, decision and action to improve environmental performance. Next, selecting operation performance indicator (OPI). OPI provide management with information on the environmental performance of organization operation, which is can identify by listing the organization input, operational process, and equipment. So OPI can be selected from components or incoming products. Okay, number four is selecting environment condition indicators, which is ECI, which is provide information about local, regional, or global condition of environment over the time and specific event, which is not directly measure of impact of environment. So ECI provide information on environmental outcome of change and organization activities, products and services. Okay, so the last one is selecting sector-specific operational performance indicator for comparison, which is typically expressed of quantity per unit of time relating to an entire organization or each sub-unit, which is the comparison can be made of the environmental efficiency of particular activity within process or product. So environmental aspect often need to include those of whole life cycle product. So that's all. Thank you. Bye bye.
One of the types of the environmental performance indicators is MPIs, also known as Management Performance Indicator. It is an environmental performance indicator that provided information about the management effort to influence an organization's environmental performance. In selecting MPIs, the MPI should provide information on organization capability and efforts in managing matters, for example, training, environmental cost management, and etc. MPIs should also assist in evaluating management decisions and action to improve environmental performance.
What is Operational Indicator or OPI and when to use it? Each process is simple to comprehend on its own. In the case of SLA or Service Level Agreement, KPI, Key Performance Indicators, and OPI or Operational Performance Indicators, you use the technique to define how you measure specific aspects for your business. KPI and Operational Performance Indicators are similar in that they both refer to the critical metrics of a specific aspect for your business. However, whereas a KPI looks at work categories and OPI measures a specific function or operation, typically one that is a bottleneck for your business. An OPI for a shipping company would examine the process of loading trucks, whereas an OPI for a fast food restaurant would evaluate the meal preparation process. So this is the example of EPI or Environmental Performance Indicators chart.